What's up, y'all? This is Essence China. Today, we're giving you behind the scenes of our mastery program here in Phoenix, Arizona. As you can see, there's the mountains in the back. Y'all, we live in the desert, okay? So we are surrounded by mountains in Phoenix. If you have never been to Phoenix, you definitely need to come and check us out, even if you just want to come and get your hair done at the salon. Come see Sedona, come see the landscape. We would love to have you as a visitor. Nevertheless, we are giving you behind the scenes of our mastery program, where stylists have decided to invest in themselves, decided to take 12 weeks to go to natural hair school to get all the tools so they can become confident as a stylist.
Yeah. The art of braiding. Miss Carol, I'll have you read this slide.
Grace has a rich history that stands.
Yeah, I'm Carol Edwards. I'm from PG County, Maryland, all the way here in Phoenix, Arizona. I come to learn how to do natural hair.
So what made you pick up your whole life in 3 months?
Because I truly want to learn how to do natural hair, because I have daughters who pushing me that direction to do natural hair. So I want to master the techniques.
And then someone told me to look in the mirror when I was braiding and see what I was doing wrong. And I realized even though I practiced this, I wasn't doing it on the head. I was still dragging that braid, dragging and braiding. Then some say, and my mind just said, stop. And I said, okay. They say, do your fingers like this. So I started doing my finger like this, and I saw, oh, okay, the interior of the braid is starting to come. Don't move those fingers, keep them there. And I was watching myself in the mirror doing that. And then I realized, oh, this is the technique. It's not dragging the braid all around the head. And I was able to get it where I was braiding, where the braid was staying, it was not lifting up. And then I started realizing when y'all told me, okay, start with a little piece, don't do too much tension on the edges, but just grab a little piece and start braiding. And I started braiding and said, oh, I see the detail.
Yeah. Braider parts, it comes out fire too, because there's still a level of consistency within the parts that still have a level of illusion and movement. But this one is more of a wavy movement, so you should feel something. How do I want not only the style, how do I want people to feel when they see it? Now, in the middle of it, that's not my, like, I'm not going through like, do I want people to feel good as hell? Now when I get here, it doesn't even feel right to go right there.
Yeah.
Right? Naturally, it's just like, no, I need to plunge a little bit deeper because I want this to be drama.
Ooh.
You're funny. I need a little bit of drama. But then with this small amount of drama, I invite more drama. Now this contrast creates a different illusion. This movement creates a whole different illusion. Now I'm following a different line. I'm not following the outer perimeter of her hair that covers the ear. Now I'm following the baseline of this braid. And so it has even more movement. Same in there. How many compartments do we see on that style?
3. Oh, the 3, but 4 in the back, like going another direction.
Full compartments, how many?
1, 2.
Just for the braids, right?
The whole head.
Oh, the whole head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
Yep, there's 5.
There's 5.
Sometimes cooking brings me joy.
favorite dish that you like, let me do this. This is fun for me.
No, it depends on what I'm cooking. It can be from mac and cheese all the way down to whole foods. I'm still working on the crescent part. I truly haven't gotten that down yet. But I was concerned about, okay, how to draw it, how to that. And I had a conversation with Kim. And I think you all was telling Kim you was so slow back in the day. Now you picking up and you moving fast. I said, Kim, what was it? What did you do? Because I need to know. She said, it was all in my head. And I would take the style out. And I said, yep, that's what I was doing. She said, I would take it out, start all over. I wasn't worried about the time. I was trying to be good and perfect. And she said, I had to realize one day, it's not about being perfect. It's about getting that style done and making it look beautiful and making it look neat. And that's when I was like, oh, okay. And I went home and I started doing, some parts. And I was like, okay, they're not perfect, but they look good from the outside.
Good job. Yeah. I can't wait to tell Kim.
Right.
You're inspired.
That's when I went and that's why I did that.
Oh, look at that curved braid. We're going to talk about that in a second. I kept on coming to Miss Carol and said, hold up, you did that? I was like, you did that? She was like, yeah, those are my braids. I was like, yo, Miss Carol, you just stepped it up. Stepped it up.
So proud of you.
I had to get out that head and say, I can do this. And I kept hearing y'all too. Oh, your fingers like this. 3 fingers.
Right, that's it.
3 fingers.
Dang, I've known Adelaide more than half her life. I want y'all to wish Adelaide a happy birthday, okay? Listen, Adelaide sings. Adelaide can blow. She has an amazing voice. And it was so funny because one day we were all in class, all the students were there, and for whatever reason, I just felt like this nudge to kind of push Adelaide to sing. Now, mind you, Adelaide has not sung full out, like with her whole voice, in the whole time that I've known her in my presence. And I had known her 17 plus years, right? And here it is, she'll sing behind her clients and she'll, hum or she'll sing in a low voice. But I'm like, Adelaide, I think it's time for you to allow your voice to be seen. And a lot of times we as stylists, we have so many other gifts than the gifts that we're displaying. I'm gonna just pause right there. Some of you have gifts that you're hiding, that you have been scared to unlock because of criticism, of judgment, for whatever reason, or maybe you just didn't think that you had what it took. But, when I thought about Adelaide and I just thought about the resistance that she had with using her voice, I'm like, Adelaide, this is a safe space. First of all, it's me. You know what I mean? And it's the students. Nobody's here to judge you. Everybody's doing the hard thing, right? These stylists are here learning to up their game. They're taking risk on themselves. They're in a vulnerable place because anytime you come into a learning environment, there's always a fear of, dang, I might be the one that's behind and I don't want to be slower than everybody, or I don't want to seem as though I don't know what everybody else knows. And so everybody's in a vulnerable environment. And with that being said, you need to show yourself, even as a teacher, right? As a leader, how do you lead? You lead by example. And so I'm laughing because I put her on the spot, y'all. I was like, listen, I gave her this whole, hype speech and then put the pressure on her like, listen, we're all doing the hard things. And the hard thing for her in this season is to sing. She's mastered braiding. She's mastered education. But this voice, I'm gonna get in trouble if I play the actual clip of her singing, so I'm not gonna do that. But when I get permission, I'm gonna play some of her voice so y'all can hear how beautiful her voice is. It's the people who have what it takes that tend to have the most shyness and fear. What is it about you? What is it about me? What is it about us? We literally have it. We have the it factor. But yet, we tend to bury it because we're so scared of criticism, judgment. Whereas you have people who got an eighth of a fraction of what you had. And they're gonna go tell it on the mountaintop. I'm laughing because I'm thinking to myself, let God give me a voice like Adelaide's. What? He already know he couldn't give me that voice.
Don't forget the back of her head too.
Yeah, get my kitchen.
Yeah.
Get my kitchen.
Why did this little girl was like, my mom said don't let nobody touch my kitchen. I said, what are you doing in my kitchen? Who told you that?
No one's supposed to touch my kitchen.
No, I was blow drying her hair.
It's
And
okay.
she was like, my mom said don't get my kitchen. I said, I
And you
gotta
know
get
what?
the
Sometimes
kitchen.
you'd be
I'm sorry.
surprised. They don't
It's not
feel
no
that
matter.
sometimes. Like if they have.
You are a student at Rare Stylist.
I am.
How's your experience been so far?
I love it. I love the flow of my education with Rare Essence, like from March with you, with working with you one-on-one and doing like locks and readjusting my whole formation. Like I've been able to do braids. I've been able to do twists since I was like in the 4th grade, self-taught. And then I come to find out at 34, I've been doing it incorrectly. And so I had to undo all of that learning. How old was I? 9 years old in the 4th grade. I'm not doing the math. You do the math. But I had to undo that.
23 years.
Thank you. And it was so weird going against what I've been used to. So it felt like I was doing it wrong. But really, I was doing it correctly. I just had to work different muscles. Because I was so sore. Like day 2, I cut. We cut. We start talking. I was like, and we're done.
Amazing.
I'm like, I'm tired. My hands are tired. I'm tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm like, I had this confidence coming in here, and I came in here and I didn't know anything. I had jumped back into another 2-day because I knew that there were some more technique that you were going to cover that we didn't cover back in March.
Okay.
And seeing how much I learned from March, I was like, I got to get in on this. Like if there's new things, I need to get in on that.
Right.
And so then that's when I learned about the opportunity coming up, which is now the Academy. And I was so excited because 2 days just is not enough.
Right.
It really isn't. And when you're like motivated and inspired and hungry to learn, 2 days, man, is a tease.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful, Essence.
And that's why.
And that's why we got
Here.
the Academy. And we will be here through November.
I realized that for years I was doing a different technique that you all teaches, and so trying to master that technique with braiding. So understanding that it's the 6 fingers and keep certain fingers out of the way. So my goal is to master that all the way down. So I watch a couple of you all's YouTube, and then I have your online classes, and I say I need that to go there so I can learn the techniques. So my goal was, okay, I'm gonna come out here and I'm gonna master and be a good stylist because I'm gonna walk away with the techniques.
Gotcha.
I wanted that family environment. And when I watched your YouTube, I was like, wow, they're so friendly, they family, they patient.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I'm older, I need that patience and love.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's where I want to go. I'm going to figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
And then when I saw your 12-week master program, I'm like, I'm going.
Right.
No matter what. I'm going.
I'm like, what if you've been sitting on something and you don't even know how great it is because you haven't even allowed it to see the light of day? And it's not even about like how great it is for you, but how great of an impact it can be for somebody else. Now let me tell you, when Adelaide sung for the first time in public with me, over 17 years of knowing her, she just did not want herself to be seen. But we
So just know, again, like we out here doing hearts
together.
together. And I felt your love. I felt the support, but I also felt like it was helpful that you wasn't looking at me.
Yeah.
Then I just got to praise.
Right. It's almost when you're teaching us and you're like, close your eyes and you really feel it.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
That's
Bless
exactly
you.
what it was.
That's what that was.
That's exactly what it was. So thank you.
Hold it down real quick.
I've been in here for 12 years.
Right. I never put her on the spot. Never put her on the spot like this.
Never.
It was for this night.
Yeah. I still still feel it in my, like, I still am like, whatever Lord is doing. But that song.
What's the song?
And
Open the Eyes of My Heart.
And the album, like her new album. That's the only, that's literally all I listen to. It's so good. It's so good. The kids, they be like, Mom, can we play a different something else? Mom. But then I put the album on and they humming all the songs. Are you like, play my song?
Her whole album is amazing, but that's the song. When we're called to do a work, whether it's a hairstylist, a singer, an artist, a podcaster, use our voice, whatever, we have to understand, we have to take ourselves out of the way. She recognized in that moment, I have to overcome this because this isn't about me. And it was so crazy because one of the students, I'm not gonna mention her name, had literally said, you know, I was on my way to school today and I was looking for a song because of what I was going through. And I literally played several songs and none of them was hitting. And so we get to the salon and here it, or she gets to the salon and here it is. I'm telling Adelaide she needs to use her voice. And who knows, it could be your very gift, your very talent, your very voice that will unlock something for somebody else. Because there's something about your sound, there's something about the way that you do it. It's just like, this is why I tell stylists not to compare themselves. Because you don't know what you bring to your community. You don't know what you bring to the industry. And so when we sit up here and we think, oh, well, the market is too saturated or, you know, nobody really cares about what I have, we don't know if that's fact or not. And so we have to stop looking at how it's gonna put us in a vulnerable and uncomfortable situation, but we have to understand that our gifts are for giving. Our gifts are for somebody else. Literally, there wasn't almost a dry eye because everybody was touched by it. And so I think that we have to understand that there's so many lives that we have to touch and we're gonna do it through so many ways. And I just wanna congratulate and commend and thank Adelaide for the gift that she is, the gift that she's always been, and the gift that she will continue to be. And I just wanna wish her an amazing happy birthday.
If we said, Lord, you can use us, we have to say yes. And we have to actually do it. And I think this is an opportunity for us to show up now. That don't mean everybody gotta participate. That don't mean everybody's gonna wanna participate, but at least they'll hear it. At least they'll be watered somewhere. Even if they just getting the residual sprinkle, you know, at least they'll be watered and they'll be like, oh my gosh, we had a great conversation like in the shop today, and then, you know, they go home and continue that conversation. I feel like that permeates in community. Like that creates communal change. To say you can't do it this way, but even if your default is to twist to the right, you can still slightly do a Senegalese to get the same exact result. When I first started two-stranding, I started two-stranding only going to the right direction, which is clockwise. I didn't know how to do any other direction. And then I noticed that Essence twist looked different than my twist. And I'm like, what is she doing? Because that's not fair. So I literally started practicing twisting for style, going in the counterclockwise direction, and my twists started popping. And they got better and better.
But just having Adelaide's fingers in my hair, I used to sit down and not even like say anything, just do what you do. Because it's gonna be dope, right? Every time, never fails. People are like, well, wait, oh, she going to the hair salon, what's she gonna do today? Like my ex, he was like, your hair is always fly. Like he would be just like so proud, want to take me out and everything, get my hair done. But now I know that you guys are training people, and whenever you, her, Kim, Alisa, Kayla, anybody who has the Rare Essence touch, I can trust it. Because I've had nightmares. I moved to New York City. I lived in Harlem and I went to Brooklyn and all this other stuff, but nobody did my hair like Rare Essence. Not to the precision. I'm talking clean parts.
Y'all
where
hear
you
that?
know.
That's what y'all gonna be harassing students.
I once,
That
let me
was a
tell you,
decision.
when I was in Harlem, I went to this salon, paid over $100, walked out, got to my school at Columbia, and one of my friends was like, I thought you were getting your hair done today. I looked in the mirror, she said, girl, come here. Took a picture of the back. I was like, oh, it looked like I did it myself.
No.
Yes, it looked like I was in the bathroom struggling.
Get the thing
And I
so
paid
you
over
get-
$100 for this.
Yeah. So you had an experience on Saturday.
Yes, I did. First time ever seeing where I take out a two-string twist, and it's because the client had a scalp condition, and because she had that scalp condition, it was washed twice, a couple of times, and she wanted to lock her hair, but because of her scalp condition, it was advised that she go see her dermatologist and come back. So that was an experience with me because I wouldn't have known what to tell somebody what to do. I didn't understand it. We talked about it in class, but now I actually got to see, you know, the condition of her scalp. It was a good thing to see it, a scalp condition.
Nature hates to see essence coming.
We made it full
Yes. I was like, oh, I'm like, look at your view. It's beautiful. Like, I would be one with nature too. I would swing open my doors like a Disney princess too. And the
5 minutes later.
she's over there throwing punches.
Literally
I'm
boxing.
like, okay, don't be a menace to South Central. What you swinging at? Put those blows down. That mannequin look like it's about to get it.
Excellent.
What's been like one of the highlights? Like what's been like the most fascinating thing that you've learned? Like I know there was so much in theory, so much in science, so much in
You know, I'm blown away, honestly. I didn't know what to expect because I never went through a formal education in regards to like learning about hair and whatnot. So I was like, I'm trying to imagine what cosmetology school is like, but I understand with cosmetology school, they're like covering everything, even disciplines that you don't have an interest in, like nails and coloring, you know. So I didn't know what to expect, but I feel like so far in the first week of school, we've covered so much. It's not overwhelming, but it's just so much that I needed to know that I'm getting. And because I figured like, okay, I need to learn better technique, learn to get fast, and learn how to sanitize. Those were my goals to make sure. I'm like, this is what I need to learn to be successful. I came up here, we did, you know, natural hair, history, and learning about the different eras of like from the afro to even like back in slavery times, and the intrinsic designs like maps to freedom, you know what I mean? Like, come on now, bald baddies, baldy bads, what they call them now? Man, they was doing that back in the day trying to get up north. They been baddies.
Right.
So that was
gotta be still for her.
no. So that was really cool. And then learning about the anatomy of the hair,
You gotta go a little bit.
scalp conditions. It's just things that someone who doesn't know,
Here.
who needs to know. It's just, I don't even know where I could get this education from, honestly.
See how much hair? You gotta
Here
kinda
at Rare Essence Academy.
overestimate a little bit.
What's your name?
My name is Sierra Gage, and you're watching the Disney Channel. Ooh.
Very good.
I needed a Rare Essence comb for that. I needed to do
Like certain things that we may feel coming, it's Essence and I were talking about we need to go to a deeper level of prayer. We went to church that Sunday, and what did Pastor Preston say?
That's what he said. I'm challenging you all to go to deeper. And he literally was like 21 days,
And
at least an hour a
Lord
week.
was telling me the same thing, and if we weren't obedient to the word that he done said multiple times, like I feel like we wouldn't have the level of like strength and integrity within our relationship, and wouldn't have been able to overcome some of the. We saw the daggers that came. It was
And we were
lying.
You know, that's wild. Because I didn't even think about it. Had we not been praying, how that would have turned out.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Like, this is crazy. Or when it's just me and you and Elisa in the show, then it forms a whole different strength. Like, oh, we have to cover because it's not intentional. You know, it's like, no, we have to cover. Like, I don't know, it just invites us into like, it invited me into a whole different space. But I feel like it's like we have to. I don't know if that makes all the sense. It's like I want to go to sleep. I feel like, Lord, I feel like I'm qualified to take a nap. I really feel like, sir, I done earned a nap with a cap.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let me have a nap. And he said, no.
Yeah.
It won't let up for you.
No. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So I be waking up, at least I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. Like, I'm here, y'all. Aaliyah be waking up, Aria be waking up in the mix, and guess what? They getting it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we'll pray for like 30, 35 minutes, and then be right back out.
Yeah.
Adelaide, now Mrs. Adelaide Good, is one of my former students. I remember her when she was in elementary school, and she's as beautiful today as she was then. And so to be able to have her hands in my hair, I always want to support my babies.
That's full circle.
And right. And so she started doing my hair, and it was everything I wanted. My favorite was the Biggie Smalls. And I would get my fro, I'd be ready to come and just like rock it, and had so much fun with my hair, just being in different styles and rocking it in natural ways, not having to worry about the chemicals in it, anything. It was lighter, it was healthier, I felt good. And so I actually put it on my vision board. I wanted to be a hair model. And I have like Oprah's hair and everything on there and stuff, like it was all natural and beautiful. And so my first hair show was with Rare Essence. I still have the picture in my phone to this day. It's one of my favorite styles ever. My favorite picture. So this is my favorite look. I even got it in black, I got it in color, I got it all. I don't know how, that must have been like maybe 2009, 2010 maybe. It's been about 15 years since I had that style, but I love it. And now I can do that with my locks too. Oh my goodness, just having way too much fun. And I know when I come in here, I'm gonna get some good music. I'm gonna get, I may overhear the conversation next to me, and it's gonna be something organic that I can learn from. It's not the whole bunch of gossip and negative energy or people yelling and hollering and like, no, it is classy, it is clean, it feels good. We give hugs. It's always just a good atmosphere. I know when I come here, I bring my laptop and stuff, but half the time I don't even touch it. I do it for emergency because I work online and stuff, but you know, if I come in here, I know I can just relax. The wash is gonna be nice, the style's gonna be nice, just the energy, the conversation. I may even linger and hang out a little bit afterwards just because it's so good.
Right.
And like, oh girl, what song is that? Oh, what's on TV? Or the podcast or whatever. So every time I walk out of here, I know I'm walking out ready to go. Yeah. So that holistic approach to hair care has much more impact than just a cute style.
Come on.
It has mental health, physical health, spiritual health, just good energy. And when I leave here, that energy comes with me. So whoever I talk to right afterwards or anything else is gonna feel that same energy. So your impact is reaching the community. People always ask me where I get my hair done. And honestly, I would always tell them, where I get it from Rare Essence. I'll stop telling people though. I mean, just because it's hard to get an appointment. But
Thank you all for watching. Peace.
What is it that we're supposed to pioneer that would exceed and go beyond the borders and walls? Like,
this is already a place of comfort, familiarity, of safety, of love. Like, people been waiting for invitations. They be like, wait, what y'all talking about? I want to go.
Right.
But it's kind of exclusive because, you know, there's parameters, but
there's so
it's
much
like,
space, and you know what I mean?
There's more space, there's more like, I mean,
it's easier to get to. It's like, oh, I already know where that's at. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
it's like, I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
And there are conversations that have to be had that we don't have the space to have them right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm having them with Kim. I'm having them with all of y'all. Everybody has those, and we don't always have the time to get on the phone later and talk about it. But if you're in a community of people that you can feel safe, let's have these conversations and let's truly heal. That like smiling like, like open our
Why are you smiling?
personal breakthroughs. being
This
out
is
in
a
the open.
miracle. Yes.
Yeah.
Why is
And
it a
that,
miracle?
of course, could be a topic of discussion because it's more than just in this salon that need those same breakthroughs.
Yeah.
These make a difference in relationship, in community, you know? It helps to build, and it helps each individual that's having their breakthrough to grow to another level.
Yeah, and invite more people into their healing. Invite more people
Exactly.
into their transparency. Like, we over here hiding, and people are dying. Like,
And it's a hide, but it's not always an intentional hide. And I think at some point, like, we have to be buried. You know what I mean? In order for us